Today's going to be an unreal day for looking for wildlife in the Amazon. The river Misawai and the river Napo have come up. They're angry today. They've got a lot of rain last night. It's like a whole new character of a place. And when the river comes up like that, you'll have the species that prefer the bankside or streamside habitat getting pushed up into higher ground. That's what I'm going to be looking for today. And I'm having the time of my life. He's a big boy. This is the cane toad. Look at the size of him. It looks like a cow patty. Now you're probably thinking, how the hell does a toad defend itself in a place as ruthless as the Amazon? See these big glands right here? They can secrete a white milky kind of toxin, and just about any animal that tries to ingest that, good luck to you. Secondly, they can take their big strong legs, these powerful back legs here, and arch their body like that. And when they do that, that makes them look bigger and tougher than they actually are. I'm going to let you be back on the forest floor where you're perfectly camouflaged.
Lying down on the rainforest floor is both precarious and fascinating.
And these leaves that they've carried from so far away from the canopy of some of the most humongous trees out here in the Amazon are now being brought down underground, where they act almost as like a fertilizer to grow fungus, and then they are basically farming that fungus so they can eat the fungus for energy. They're farming fungus underground. And these ants are going to start farming me soon if I keep lying here.
Ants account for the most biomass of all rainforest animals, meaning ants outweigh all of the other animals present in this ecosystem at any given time.
My God. This would be two males fighting for a territory, most likely. So this here is the bullet ant. Aptly named so because the bullet ant, apparently when it stings you, not bites, that's right, stings, it is the equivalent to being shot.
Locals and reports say the sting is a full body assault with pains for greater than 24 hours.
Now, out of all hymenopterans are, or include your ants, your bees, your wasps, and your sawflies. This is the most painful sting of any insect in the world. Did it get you? No, but that was enough. I just had the world's strongest stinging hymenopteran crawl over my forearm. I have the shakes. And furthermore, these right here are a type of fungus. So much happens in the rainforest all at once, it's a little bit too much sometimes. But this fungus reproduces using spores that it ejects out into the air. So when an animal steps on it, or when raindrops hit it, that'll puff out into the air, and that's how fungus uses spores to reproduce. And furthermore, this hole here is made by a worm, and that's how big it is.
And what do you know it? I found this giant earthworm.
Here's a worm we found. Wow. And there's his better half right there. Literally, his better half.
Equally as exciting were the unexpected cultural finds, and in finding these people, you find their values and traditions they still hold near. For the Quechua natives in this region, the sacred and gigantic ceiba tree is like the cathedral of the forest. I went on a 5-day excursion into Yanganati's National Park with a father and his son. I had an opportunity to learn about their relationship with the rainforest and how biodiversity thrives where the Amazon meets the Andes Mountains.
Yeah, that's going down the hatch right now. This is a traditional food for the Quechua people. And what's the name, sorry? The nombre?
Mayón.
Ayón.
Mayón.
Mayón. And mayón's about to go into my mouth. Bon appetit. Mi nombre es Sacha. not bad. No malo. Bueno, bon appetit, bon provecho.
We pushed deeper into the jungle cloud mountains. With such rugged geographical complexity, there are countless gorges, creeks, and slopes housing species that would be new to science. In these exact Ecuadorian ecosystems, there are likely more species of plants and animals than anywhere else on the planet.
Into the earth, into the underworld. I don't think too many people have ever been in here. Camera? These streams carve their way underneath the Amazonian earth for kilometers and kilometers and kilometers. These sorts of places give people the heebie-jeebies. All kinds of interesting insects, possibly reptiles, or bats in here.
Eduardo and Limber always had a way of showing their resourcefulness in this environment, especially with trees.
And that came from this tree right here. And it's used for insect repellent around the fire and also getting the fire started. It's a walking tree. This is no ordinary tree. In fact, there are two trees that are a little bit like this here in this area of the Amazon rainforest. But this one here, it's different. And they call them walking trees, not because you can sit here and watch them walk with your own eyes. It'd be like watching paint dry. They only move about 10 centimeters per year on average. Now, this has been called the erotic tree. The other species doesn't have penis-like appendages. Now, the roots on the interior here are older. The ones on the outside here, including this one here, are younger. And what they're doing is they're trying to move to areas where there's more sunlight, because it's an intense competition with plants in the rainforest. So they're looking for more sunlight, more nutrients, and that's how they move around. A very different tree, indeed, not in Canada.
On day 3 of this hike, I was told something that made my hair stand on end. I am the first and only foreigner on the planet to ever set foot in these reaches of the forest. At times, Eduardo would call out to the abyss to some of our closest relatives.
Monkey action up at the top. It's amazing to think that these are primates, just like us as humans. We're all very much the same. It's incredible to think that these monkeys may have never seen humans before, and humans may have never seen these monkeys.
Much unlike the white-fronted capuchins of Miss Hawaii Village.
Sitting straight up, good perfect posture. That monkey has better posture than I do.
This population of wild but urban savvy monkeys are extra cheeky and essentially run the town.
So let's talk about all the reasons why this guy would be nearly impossible to notice for a potential meal item on the menu out here in the rainforest. These stick insects have evolved to look just like their surroundings, and what do you have lots of in rainforests? Sticks, wood, debris, leaves. This one looks like a twig. They can secrete a toxin from their body, some of these species, and that toxin is irritating and potentially harmful to ingest. The second thing they do is a startling sort of display where they can erect their body up and they can move their body parts really, really quickly, and they can create a really sort of irritating and loud noise that startles the predator. These black bees here are enjoying a salty snack, courtesy of me and my body. Sorry guys, the feast is over. What?
The insect diversity is bewildering here, but how about the arachnids?
It's a dog-eat-dog world and a scorpion-eat-scorpion world here. What I really like about the Quechua culture, we're going to release it back to the wild, back to its home, where it belongs.
Tarantulas can flick irritating body hairs at you if threatened, but other spiders will simply stand their ground.
When El Capitan walked by the spider, it suddenly reared its front 2 legs up in that defensive posture. Okay. Before my hand even gets to touch his body, he senses that I'm here and he moves. That is incredible. That is adaptation at its finest for an animal that lives in a nocturnal environment and lifestyle. Wow! That was one of the coolest things we've ever filmed.
Yeah?
Perfecto. After a solid night of camping out on top of a government building, we have woken up to see our very first view of Volcan Sumaco. And I've just been minorly electrocuted by a live wire.
With Pablo, we climbed Sumaco volcano in 3 days. Sumaco is a mysterious place with uncharted slopes, endemic species, and a complete gradient of lowland rainforest all the way to up above the tree line.
We made it! Yeah! 2 full days of mud and sweat and some agony, but a healthy dose of agony. And now we're here on the summit of Sumaco. Woo!
Got to be one of the craziest places and situations I've ever seen. We're above the clouds.
Scientists are concerned about what climate change will do to places like Sumaco, where plants and animals are adapted to succeed in certain areas of this habitat gradient.
And just 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes more of walking later, this is the scenery.
It's not a worm. It's a caecilian. It's a type of amphibian. Wow. It is so slick and sleek and slimy, and you can definitely tell how this guy would be perfectly at home in a place like this. And this guy, when it rains, comes out to the surface of the earth where we get to see him. And after,
No!
and after he travels around to look for food and to go into the earth like that.
Unlike the caecilian, Homo sapiens is not well adapted to this environment.
Oh, that's just so juicy.
Wow.
So sometimes all we had left to say was,
My God.
when Dave and I teamed up at the end of my journey, we rented an off-roading machine. And in more ways than one, we needed help.
Entonces, con este de aquí,
¿Sí?
lo abres.
Sí.
Ya. Esas y prende.
Listo.
Sí.
Ah, sí.
Vayan bien,
Gracias,
vayan bien,
Natalie.
vayan bien.
Muchas gracias.
Ciao.
Buenos días. So the car is officially going to be named Magic Natalie. Oh, this looks like another landslide that went down. Wow, this one just crossed the road with no mercy. Oh, it's like chocolate milk coming down the mountain. Look at this place. That one's more like a latte.
The constantly saturated East Andes beg your full attention. These landslides are to be taken seriously. Landslides are frequent and natural, opening up new spaces for light and different species of the rainforest to begin thriving.
I'm shaking. I think I need a beer.
And thriving is exactly what every species deserves a chance at on this planet. Thank you for your time and attention to this area of our planet. The Amazon is a hothouse for life and is a backyard that the entire world needs, protected and healthy.